I'm about to try out the AVA Master P60 pressure washer for the very first time. There's a few areas in my garden, well quite a few actually, which could probably do with some pressure washer loving. So let's get the P60 out and see how it gets on. I'm going to try the power washer out on different surfaces, and I'm going to use some different accessories and nozzles to see which works best on each type of surface. So if you're interested in finding out more about the Master P60, stay tuned and let's put it to the test. I already had the P60 set up and ready to go. So to get it started today, all I've had to do is connect the hose pipe connector here and plug the mains in. I've got an external mains cable, so I've connected it with that, although this hose is so long that I probably didn't even really need to actually use an extension for what I'm doing today. I've turned on the tap, and now to turn the machine on I just switch this button. I'm starting with the vario nozzle, and I'm going to put it on the gentlest setting. I'm going to start with this block wall. It doesn't see an awful lot of sunlight in this area, so it's got quite a lot of algae built up on it. I'm starting on the lowest pressure setting, and let's see how it gets on and whether I need to turn it up higher. Okay, that doesn't really look like it did anything. But that is a very low setting for possibly one of the hardest surfaces. So what I'm going to do is turn the pressure up on this vario nozzle, and then if that doesn't seem to work, I'll try one of the pinhole high pressure nozzles. So let's give the vario nozzle a go first. I've cleaned this section here using the highest setting on the vario nozzle, and I think it's come out really well. You can really see where the algae is under here where I haven't done it. So now I'm going to switch that one out and try using the turbo nozzle, and we'll see what the difference is. I'm surprised how effective that was. That made really quick work of it. I thought it might be more of a really directional jet, but actually it cleaned them really quickly. Generally that's come off really well, so actually I think for this I would definitely say the turbo nozzle is the way to go. Okay, that looks pretty perfect, to be honest. I've left half of this one so that we can see the difference. There's also some kind of reddish stains down here, kind of oxidization type stain, so I'm going to see if I can get that cleaned off as well. So those red marks have come off, completely disappeared. Oh, I missed a bit there, get that bit off. But they came off really easily. This is the turbo nozzle, which comes with the Master P60 as standard. There's a section I haven't done. And there's the bit I've just done. So yeah, very good result there. There's a particularly grubby stone there under the light, so I'll give that one a go as well. Easy. Okay, I am going to tackle this grotty, dirty section of flagstones, which are covered in weeds, and they don't get much light down here, so there's loads of algae. And I'm going to try that first of all with a turbo nozzle, and then I'll try it with the premium patio cleaner, which is a separate extra accessory, but it's very good, so I'll show you how that works as well. And wouldn't it be lovely if these weeds decided to give up the ghost when I'm doing this as well? What do you think my chances are? Okay, that's pretty immaculate. The Master P60 using that turbo nozzle cleans those stones off really easily, really well. But we'll have a look at doing it with the patio cleaner, because it will be a bit faster, but it'll be interesting to show you the difference in speed and in effectiveness of using the nozzle and the patio cleaner. But you can see the difference there between the ones, which have got the sun keeps coming out, but you can see the difference between the ones I've done at the back here, these ones, and these ones that I haven't. I've switched the turbo nozzle for this one, which is the premium patio cleaner. You can adjust this one here, and that moves the jets up and down. I think we'll go to the maximum setting because we're doing a hard surface. I've also extended this out. You can just press the button and alter the length of that, but I've extended it out to the maximum. And let's see the difference. The patio cleaner does do an incredibly fast job. It does it pretty thoroughly. The only areas I think I've had a bit of an issue with is up at the edges there. It's a bit more difficult to get, so I'll finish those off with the turbo nozzle. But generally I think that tool is amazing, but the turbo nozzle also does a fantastic job. It just takes a little bit longer. Okay, let's finish off with a turbo nozzle. So that's all done. The turbo nozzle did clean up some of the little awkward to get to places, which the patio cleaner couldn't really get into, like under the door and that kind of thing. I mean, both of them did a great job. The patio cleaner is obviously a bit faster, but as you can see, both of them worked really well. Unfortunately, they didn't get rid of all my weeds, but they're better. It's pulled out some of them, or just made them easy to get rid of. So yeah, pretty good job. Okay, so it's worked really well on stone. What I'm going to try now is I want to tackle some wood. I'm going to try and clean the bottom of this wooden gate. I've switched over now to the vario nozzle, which is the most gentle one, and that one is the one I think I would use for wood. It's got 3 settings, from the widest, the most gentle, medium, and then a more intense narrow setting. So I'm going to put this on a fairly gentle setting, and I'm going to try and tackle the wooden gate down the bottom there and see if this is going to be gentle enough to do that without causing any damage, which I think it will be. Let's have a go. Okay, didn't really do enough, so let's try moving up to the next setting. That was perfect. When you're using the turbo nozzle against a stone wall or something, you can feel the force of, you can feel it sort of kicks back as you're doing it because it's applying such strong pressure. But this felt really gentle, but just putting it on the middle setting of the vario nozzle, that was more than adequate to get rid of that, which seemed to be quite tricky, that algae and dirt that was on there. And there is still one more, I'm on the middle one, there is still one more setting, so you could actually go up another level on that one, but yeah, I think that's really effective. Okay, fabulous. Basically, with this one on that medium setting, I felt like it was really gentle against the wood. Didn't feel like I was risking or virtually no risk of splintering the wood, and came out really clean. Yeah, medium setting on the vario nozzle, that's worked really well. So I'd definitely be happy to use this on my deck, or our deck's quite old anyway, so I'm not quite so precious about it, but yeah, I'd definitely be happy to use that on wood, and it does seem to have been really effective. You can see the difference between what I've just done and the section up above, and obviously the bottom bit there was much worse because that was where all the algae was collecting down the bottom. So yeah, another really good one. So I've tried the Master P60 out on a few areas. What did I think? So first of all, the stone wall over here, I tried it on some of the more gentle settings, the vario nozzle, which wasn't overly effective, went onto the turbo nozzle, and that was brilliant. So yeah, absolutely perfect for that job. Beautiful results, so really pleased with that. I tried it then on the flagstones. So I tried two things with the flagstones, the premium patio cleaner and the turbo nozzle. The turbo nozzle is great, it cleans really effectively. The patio cleaner, which as I say is a separate accessory which you can buy on top, if you had a large area to do, that would be absolutely a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. I would definitely invest in that. If you've only got a small area, then the turbo nozzle is probably fine. The one thing about the premium patio cleaner is it can be slightly more cumbersome if you're working in a tight area or if the surface isn't super flat. So that's something to bear in mind. But I mean, you know, it works great. It's just there's not a lot to choose between the two of them really, but certainly bigger area, I would probably go for the premium patio cleaner. In terms of the wooden gate, that's quite an old gate, as you could see. It came out really well on the middle setting of the vario nozzle. So in terms of surfaces to clean, I think those areas that we've covered today are sort of a good range of sort of softer to harder surfaces, and those two attachments that come with the set, the vario nozzle and the that pinpoint jet turbo nozzle, do a pretty good job of covering everything. There are other accessories you can use, but those two alone do a pretty good job of covering everything. The P60 is a big heavy duty machine. It's got the 20-year warranty, which obviously suggests it's going to last a long time. There are loads of other specs which I've already gone through in other videos, so I'll link to the unboxing video at the end. If you're interested in a smaller machine, then it's well worth checking out my review on the P55, which is the portable pressure washer and is just a fraction of the size of this one, but the specs are really good still, and you can do the same sort of jobs as we've done today using that machine. So it's definitely worth a look at that video if you think you might be in the market, you're not quite sure whether you want to go for the Master P60. If you found this video useful and you'd like to see more content like this, then it might be worth subscribing and hitting the notification bell. You can also head over to Practically Perfect Mum's website, where you'll find full written reviews and other content which you won't find anywhere else. Thank you to AVA for sending us these machines to try out. Thank you for watching. Remember to check out the videos which are about to come up on the screen, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.